Hey guys, Jeff Rumples here. Tuesday morning, I did a couple of Tuesday tours back for lunch. I have a client of mine that contacted me and been looking for some properties over at One Rincon, and this is a building I know very, very well. And so I thought I would give you guys sort of an introductory pass at One Rincon as far as what you can expect of the building. Now, it does live in San Francisco. It is about 10 years old. It is north of the Bay Bridge. And it's about a couple blocks away from the waterfront in Embarcadero. The thing about this building is that it is an iconic building. It's 60 floors. It's on One Rincon, so it's a very tall building. And it's really known for the views. Bottom line, if you're looking for a view unit and you are looking in South Beach, you have to be looking at One Rincon just to be able to look at the options. Because, you know, the building lives somewhat on the perimeter of the city skyline, and so when you have the views, you can have, you know, water, Bay Bridge views, or you could have the city views. And the nice thing is, you get over some of the buildings that are currently up now. You know, you get this Manhattan-style view. You know, you get the distance views. You're not within the city skyline, so you don't necessarily always get a building right in front of you. So I wanted to show you some of the pictures and get you guys familiar with One Rincon. Now I'm literally looking because I have a client of mine who's doing an upleg on a 1031, so he's looking for a rental property or something that he could rent out. And he has the ability to buy a 1, 2, or 3 bedroom unit. Money's not really an option, but really what it comes down to is he's looking what most people are looking for in One Rincon. I mean, the coveted corner is going to be the southeastern corner. So you're going to be able to have the Bay Bridge views, but a lot of water, you know, all the way down south, all the way down to actually San Mateo Bridge. You just see a lot of water in East Bay Hills. And that's really the coveted corner. That's what he's looking for. His cousin bought into the building not too long ago. I represented the family at that time as well. And they got the bridge view. And I think it is really a spectacular view. The second most popular is really going to be the 06 unit for the 2 bedroom, and that's the city skyline and the Twin Peaks view. And the reason why I think that is very attractive is because when people come home at night, you know, you sit in the living room and the lights of the city are just fabulous. And that's really the bottom line. So I really wanted to go through some of the MLS listings real quick, show you sort of my routine and just sort of get you familiar with the building, because the building, you know, you're going to have these stacks. So like an O2 stack primarily throughout the entire building is the same. There are transitional floors that the layouts differ, but I'll show you the difference on some of these units. And let's take a look at some of the views, right? First off, let's look at the 1 bedrooms. Okay, the 1 bedrooms are, there's 5 different 1 bedroom units. You have the 01 unit, which I don't have pictures of, but it's the straight on Bay Bridge views. You have the 04 unit, which is considered the junior 1 bedroom, and that faces Twin Peaks. We have an 05, you can see we have 2 05 units right here, and those 05 units also face Twin Peaks. The 04 is smaller. It's a junior 1 bedroom at 605 square feet, and then you have the 04 is at 605, and then the 05 is at 710 square feet. So a little bit larger, not the largest units, but you have this Twin Peaks view. And then we're going to jump down to the 07, and I believe there was a withdrawn 08. So let's hit the 1 bedrooms first so you guys can get familiar with it. So I pulled up the listings up here. So here is, let me shrink myself real quick, guys. So look, we've got Twin Peaks view. We're overlooking the freeway, Twin Peaks. You're going to have a lot of distance views. You're never, ever going to get rid of these views. This side of the building, you know, there is one lot that is going to be developed. So if you're very low within One Rincon, you'll get affected by it. But look at the views. Very much distance views. The views are commanding. There are no other buildings on this side of the building that is remotely as high as One Rincon. So you're going to be safeguarded. Look, you've got AT&T ballpark. That gives you a sense of the overall unit itself. Some detail. Not too much, just a 1 bedroom. Look at the kitchen. That's a standard unit within all of the units or most of the units. You know, I personally think they could have upgraded the granite. That's one of the gripes I think a lot of people have. but the granite's pretty easily to replace. I think the cabinets are really nice. So, you know, if you wanted an upgrade, that's where I would do the upgrade. Let's fall out and go over to the '05 unit. This unit is, as I said, 705. So this is just a little bit higher than what we just saw. Same square foot. But you can see they're basically the same, but look at the views at night. Absolutely fabulous. When you have the city and the freeway traffic really seems like it comes underneath the building. It, in fact, is right to the south. But, you know, you do get a lot of energy coming in from the views. Let's get out of this one and then go to what I would say would be the '07 unit. Now, the '07 unit is really, it's one of my favorite units. And I'll tell you the reason why. It's because it's a corner unit. It's the largest of the units. Let me sort of go down here. Look, it's 819 square feet. So it is a nice size. But look, let's take a look at the views right there, right? So you've got a corner that's very similar to the '06 corner, which is the 2-bedroom, 2-bath with the post in the middle, which is also the same sort of corner that you see in the '02 unit in the 2-bedroom, 2-bath. But this is the only one that really has the 1-bedroom corner that's this dynamic, where you have views on both sides, because the '08 unit really is more geared for the city on the Bay Bridge on one view, and then the bedroom, I believe, has the other view. Or no, actually, both bedrooms have the Bay Bridge view, but the door of the living room, you can see the city. So it's a little bit different. So this is a little larger. You can see up here it's listed for $1,125,000. It is a little bit lower, but still One Rincon's a little bit higher. Since it's a rock, you are elevated a little bit higher. This building right here, the Sailors Union, that is a historic building. So that's not going to change, which is still going to give you a little bit more distance view. This is the Metropolitan just down the street from you. And then you have the corridor here. You have a light-filled corridor here of the two different streets. So this would be First Street coming up, and then this would be Fremont Street. You have a couple apartment buildings, and this building right here is the closest proximity building, and that's going to be the Harrison, and that's actually the sister building that you share amenities for. But look at the kitchen. It's really nicely laid out. I think this is my favorite 1-bedroom unit. Here's the master. There's the deck off the master. You can see this tip of the Salesforce Tower, 181 Fremont, luxury condos on top. Right behind it is the Millennium Tower, which we're sort of leaning the other way. We don't want to talk about that. The other thing about One Rincon too, I want to point out in this shot, on Harrison there are these townhouse style units. So those were built with the original structure of the first tower of One Rincon. Those townhouses are pretty cool. You don't really get the views, but the living conditions and living environment within the unit itself is really nice. So you can see the bedroom on this side. You get city views. That's why I like this unit, is because it's a corner and your views are different. You get north side city views. You get Bay Bridge views. It's really a nice one. Let's just flip through the pictures real quick. One of the upgrades, you could do the bath. I would get the glass shower enclosure just to keep it tidy. But here's some of the views. Let's go through it. And let's say the amenities real quick. We got a lap pool here. We got a sauna. We've got the water feature. Right next to the water feature is this. We got a fireplace, outdoor fireplace. Really nice to sit out there. It's tranquil. It's a nice space. You know, it's really, you know, there's a certain style to it that's very appealing. When you're looking at the two buildings, this is One Rincon. These are the townhouses of One Rincon. This is the Harrison. So you can think of the Harrison as the same building structurally. It's reversed. So the building just faces the opposite direction, which means that the units are facing the opposite direction, which also comes down to like the 1-bedroom units. I think the 1-bedroom units at One Rincon are going to be better than the 1-bedroom units in the Harrison, simply because of the direction that they are facing. So that just gives you, okay, in here, you have the interior of the gym at the Harrison. Now, it's one overall complex, and when they built the Harrison, they had, and you know, basically it was an apartment building. They renovated. Kent Folk was the designer. but they stayed with the original condo plan, which had the original larger gym, which this is, in the Harrison in the second tower. So people at One Rincon could go over here and vice versa, but the better gym's in the Harrison. And this is Uncle Harry's at the very top of the Harrison, which, you know, as an owner of One Rincon, you have full access to it. So you could physically leave your apartment, come up here, have cocktails, get the Wi-Fi, and really, you know, it's a nice location. Here's a couple of other little pictures, office units. Here's the common area within, and there's the lobby of One Rincon. So let's go back to what else is on the market, okay? So when we're looking at it, let's take a look at the 06 unit or 08 unit, if I can pull it up, if it's still up. Maybe it's not up here. This might take a second to load here. So when we're looking at it, the 08 unit is right next door to the 07 unit. The difference is really, you know, you're really pushed a little bit further into the Bay Bridge view. You don't have that other dynamic corner of the 07. And when you have the 07 unit, as I say, you know, if we could pull up some of the pictures, you really have a fantastic living room, because you're really at that point where you're going through and you're seeing a lot within the frame of the building. So when we're going to the 06 or the 08 unit, sorry, I might be going a little back and forth with you guys a little bit. I apologize for that. The layout. This is the living room, right? Let me shrink myself again. This is the living room. You have this wall right here. And if you could see through this wall, you would see the Harrison. So they built these units in purpose, thinking about that. Now, what I've seen in this, I've seen people put a really nice large mirror here, which means that if you were sitting here, you're getting two Bay Bridge views, and then you have all the water that expands all the way down past this wall. So, you know, if you were going to get an 07 or 08 unit, get a mirror here. It really helps. I've seen people put really nice built-ins on that wall as well. Here's looking in. There's really not too many, you know, you enter right next to the kitchen and living room. You can see here, this is the larger deck door that I was telling you about, which does have that city view. But it's a different animal, right? So it's a smaller unit than the 07, and you know, it really comes down to saying what's available at the time. You can see that this countertop has been upgraded, okay? So let's just go through the pictures a little bit. And there's your bedroom. Fantastic bedroom. Look at the headboard if you're looking at that. One bedroom. So look at the price, $1,000,001. So those two one bedrooms are, in my opinion, the best two one bedrooms, just because I like corners. The 01 unit, which I don't have, is the direct Bay Bridge view, but you don't have a corner. You don't have a balcony on those. So let's get out of here. So I'm trying to keep it clean. Let's drop down and take a look at some of the two-bedroom units. Now, let's say the 06 unit. Let's go over here. We saw the 07 corner. We've got the 02 corner. Let's actually hit this. This is a withdrawn listing, and I'll tell you the reason why is because look at that price. That price. Actually, let me backtrack a little bit. This is the 3-bedroom. There's a 3-bedroom that lives right in the middle of the building, and the layout changed a little bit, but the number designation sometimes throws you off because this is a 2902. I was looking for 2702, which is right here. So the 2902 is a 3-bedroom unit, and I'll tell you, this property's been on the market for a while. I've seen this unit a couple times. They priced it off of a sale of, I believe, 3002, which not necessarily had a fire sale, but hey, the comp is much less. I think the comp is $200,000 less than this. This unit has been on the market for some time. It's not going anywhere. Let's go back up. Look, it's been on the market for 81 days, guys. That's way too long. You know, no one's seeing it. You know, when people come in and they go, oh, well, you know, the comp is this, and, you know, it's not selling, guys. It's overpriced. But that doesn't mean that you can't score a good deal, because from a buyer's point of view, I'm always looking for the deal. Buyers make money when they purchase, and they have to be smart about their purchase. They have to be aggressive with their purchase. Sometimes really hardball negotiation too, just to force your hand a little bit, especially in a situation like this where, hey guys, this thing's been sitting out there for that many days. There's no way I'm going to get close to that purchase price. I'm coming in much lower than that price. But the views are pretty fantastic. Look at the views. You have distance views. This also, you have Twin Peaks views. I believe this is coming off of the bedroom south. And you've got that. You don't have the direct Bay Bridge views, but it's more the southwestern corner of the building. So you got a lot of water, you got a lot of distance, you got Twin Peaks. You don't have the city, the downtown, and you don't have the Bay Bridge, right? But really nice living space, right? Let's go to the O2 unit. Now this unit just went withdrawn, and I've shown this unit plenty of times. The reality is the owners of, and I looked at the tax records, the owner of this unit bought this unit last year, paid $100,000 less. Now they're listing it. It's been on the market for a number of months, over 100 days. It fell off the market, simple reason. It's overpriced for the marketplace. San Francisco marketplace can change. People's perception of the view of the marketplace changes within 2 weeks sometimes. Hell, all last year, the election, lack of tech IPOs really hurt the market. I think, and the sales momentum went down in the marketplace at a certain point. So, and that's when I think this came on the market. I think it's a great unit. It's overpriced, and the current owners are simply trying to recoup and not take a loss. Reality is, sit on the unit for a little bit, rent it out, or take your loss, because honestly, it's overpriced and it's not selling. But look at the O2 stack. Absolutely fabulous. This is the same corner, different layout, is the same as the E stack in the Harrison. But look at the views. Absolutely fantastic, guys. And the thing is, nothing's ever going to block the views. The other part of it is, look, we're on the 27th floor of this building. Look how high we are in relation to One Rincon or to Infinity. We're already commanding above their skyline, because remember, One Rincon is on a hill. It's like 6 or 8 floors higher, right? But you're not going to lose all of this. This is here to stay, guys. This lot right here is going to come up, but it's on the waterfront. It's not going to be a danger to a high-rise coming in. AT&T ballpark. Sometimes I've seen San Mateo bridge views on very clear days, and you got the marina right here, all along the waterfront. So great views. If anybody, a lot of people come to me and they go, I want to view a unit. If you want to be in South Beach, this is what you got to see. You got to be able to compare it to this individual unit, the O2 stack, because it is the coveted corner. People absolutely love this corner. And you're going to have the highest appreciation and values on this corner, but it also comes down to making sure you're making a good, strong purchase. I've had clients come in here, they purchased, I had one lady, really nice. She ended up selling out of Russian Hill, came in. She bought into this 10 years ago at 1,700,000, or 1,300,000. Sorry. So think about that. Look at the counters, original counters. I would upgrade that. Those counters, honestly, upgrade it. The kitchens are One Rincon are a little bit more enclosed. I'm glad to see the window in some of them. Most of them do. They are a little bit tight. They're not open kitchens like Infinity. There is a big difference there. But let's flip through some of these pictures real quick just so you can get an idea. Some of the views, some of the interiors. The O2 is really nice. It is the coveted corner. I do like the 06 unit, which is the opposite corner. The opposite corner of the building, you have the city skyline. And I think in some of the pictures here will be representative of that. Here we're jumping back down to a 1-bedroom unit, guys. I'm sorry, or a 2-bedroom. But it's an 06 low floor. So I like this corner. This unit particularly, it's a little bit low for my taste. I'd like to get up a little bit higher, get into the 20s or the 30s within the building, and you're going to be good. And I'll show you a reason why. Is because you have this building. It's a new rental building. Jasper's right there. And the city skyline, you can get a flavor for it. in this unit. But you know, you go higher up within this building, you know, the city views are just going to be absolutely gorgeous. So here's an '06 unit. Flipping through it so you don't get too bored of me here rambling. The interesting thing about the kitchen here is more of a galley style kitchen. It is open into the living room, but you got these really nice views. And if you're a creeper, you could be looking down on the pool from this point and just looking at all the people in the pool. But San Francisco real estate, guys, nobody's in the pool unless it's really a nice day. Lobby pictures. Also, I'd have to give a shout out to Robert. He runs the front door lobby. That guy's a gentleman. Just, you know, befriend him. He'll set you right. Really nice guy. Look at the office space in here. The issue, you can have little private meetings in here, but this is a thoroughfare, so people do come in and out, so it's not 100% private. A couple more day pictures of barbecue pictures. Let's get out of this one and take a look. This is going to be the last unit that we're going to take a look at. This is going to be a three-bedroom. It lives on the top of the building at 5204. It's expensive. It's a larger building, larger unit. I think this unit is over 1,900 square feet. Nice, large unit. And you can see, look, when you get super high in the building, look how small the towers of the Bay Bridge look. The views from this side, you know, when the sunset's going to be behind us from this view, but when the sun sets behind us, it illuminates all of the downtown and the East Bay hills. Really nice, guys, really pretty. And here's a flavor for what the views are from the '06 unit, right? We're on the balcony here, but look at some of the downtown skyline. You get distance views over here. You're going to get Twin Peaks over there. Downtown, Golden Gate Bridge is going to be that direction. Nighttime views are fabulous. Let's take a look at some of the unit. You know, this unit I really do like, but I think the architect kind of blew it a little bit, just because I think the kitchens are really small. And you got a lot. This closet's huge. I could sleep 4 or 5 people in this closet. I mean, ridiculous how many people are in there. So what do you use it for? You know, you could turn it into a closed-off office, which probably would have bad feng shui, really. You have the washer and dryer in here, and then you also have a little pantry over here. Kitchen's going to be right to our right. Personally, I would just 86 this whole thing, 86 the wall into the kitchen, and try to create a better space, basically. Look at the views, guys. Once again, fabulous views. We're at the very top. This is right here, the top of the sister building, the Harrison. I really like this space. You know, I don't think any unit is necessarily, you know, perfect. I do like corners. I do like the size of this unit. I think it is pretty spendy. But look at the views during the day too. You know, especially up here this high, you really have this commanding view. Just flip through here real quick. I believe this unit does have 2 decks as well. There's the other one. And there's the kitchen. So you can see, look how small the kitchen is. That's one gripe I do have about it is, you know, especially when you're at the almost $4 million, guys. God, you know, if I had the money, I'd still open this thing up, tear into it. Look how small it is. You know, I think it's good for the people that like in the closed-in kitchen, but this doesn't even have access to the living room space. It's really small. But the views are fantastic. So you guys listening to me? Yeah, okay. Anyway, so I wanted to give you just a good rundown of the overall. You know, One Rincon is a very good building. If you did want the views, you know, come take a look at One Rincon. I do a number of off-market transactions. I do have very good relationships with some of the other brokers out here. And if you're a buyer, you should be represented by somebody like me, honestly, because I'm going to tear into that price. You know it. Just for instance, you know, I closed the deal, the 5101. We closed it for $1,905,000, and the comp directly upstairs, 2 floors up, same unit. sold recently, like 6 months ago, for $2,050,000. So I saved my guy $145,000. And if you're listening, Cam, you owe me $100 on that bet. Anyway, guys, I hope you found this information very helpful. There are a number of very good complexes down there. So One Rincon, Infinity, Harrison, the Brannan, there's so many different complexes. They all have their nuances. Some are we consider A-style buildings, some B-style buildings. Work within your budget. Definitely try to get a good view, something that's going to be helpful on the resale. But give me a call so we can discuss. I'd love to be able to chat with you guys, even if it's just to pick my brain. That's what I love. My number, 415-336-9695. Once again, I'm Jeff Marples. I'm the broker owner, Square Foot SF. My number, 415-336-9695. Thank you, and I really hope this was helpful for you guys. Thank you.